Hi guys, it's Rachel. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Happy New Year! I'm so excited. This is my first video of 2019 and I'm so excited about it. There's nothing else to say. It is going to be one of my favorites videos for the year of 2018. I'm doing a mini series breaking down my favorites or best of beauty for the year of 2018. One video will be the face category, another video will be eyes and lips, and then the final video is going to be eyeshadow palettes. And I do want to say my favorites or best of for 2018 are not necessarily things that were released in 2018. They're just things new to me that I tried in 2018. I will have every product linked down in the description box down below if you're interested in checking these products out. And without further ado, let's just jump into the face. So I have two favorites for primer for the face. My first one is the Physicians Formula Spotlight Primer, and this is an illuminating primer that is basically, I've heard, a dupe for the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, but it just really gives your skin this glow underneath your foundation, and it feels really, really nice, and I find it also fills in my fine lines just slightly, so I really do enjoy it. My next favorite is the Good Hydrations Primer by Bare Minerals. It is just basically a hydrating primer that looks like this, and it has a nice sticky texture, or I don't know what word I'm looking for. Is it texture? So it really holds on to the foundation and it really hydrates, it really smooths things out, and these two mixed together are a total winning combination for me. These are the best primers I have tried in 2018. I recommend them both. For foundation, I have three foundations that are my favorite from 2018, and they are all drugstore options, so I'm really excited about that. The first is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation. My shade is Porcelain L1, and the one downside I have for this foundation is the shade range, because I am not porcelain. I should not be wearing the lightest shade in a foundation range. There should be like a whole 5 or 6 shades lighter than me in a foundation shade range, but this is the lightest one and it matches me. And their concealer that went with it, the lightest one was too dark on me. So that's my complaint with this, but other than that, it looks beautiful. It's one of those foundations that just looks like skin and makes you look so healthy and radiant, and I really, really enjoy this. Then I have the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. This one I tried in the springtime, and I've been using it all year, and I've used it about halfway, I would say, so I've used quite a bit. It is another one of those skin-like luminous foundations that just really, if you have dry skin, you're going to love. And this has, I think, 16 shades, so good for Physicians Formula, but not amazing. But I really, really like this, and I reach for it all the time. It also has a doe foot applicator instead of a pump, so if that bothers you, then I would go for the Flower Beauty. And also it does have like a sunscreen smell to it, so if that bothers you, I would go for the Flower Beauty, but I actually prefer this one just a little bit more, but they're almost the same foundation to me, and I could use them interchangeably. The last foundation that was a favorite for 2018 is the L'Oreal Infallible Shaping Stick Foundation. I did a whole dedicated video on this, comparing it to the Maybelline Super Stick, and I really, really like this stick foundation. I unfortunately kind of broke it off and it falls out, so I need to replace it, but it's really similar, I would say, to the other two, just not quite as luminous. It's a little more of a natural finish, and it's really quick and easy to apply, and not every drugstore foundation stick is good, so I think this one is really good, and if you're looking for something quick and easy at the drugstore, definitely go for it. For concealer in 2018, my two favorites are the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I have gone through so many of these this past year, and I've tried other concealers and I've returned them, gotten rid of them because they didn't measure up to this one. It is so hydrating. I would say it's a medium coverage concealer. I like the medium coverage because it doesn't look like blanked out and like fake. It looks more natural and healthy, so definitely love this. The other concealer that I absolutely think is one of the best of 2018 is the Bare Pro concealer from Bare Minerals. This is a stick concealer, and I did 2 videos on this concealer, and at first I wasn't the biggest fan, but the more I tried it, the more I loved it, and I think when I run out of this, I'm not only going to repurchase it, but I'm going to repurchase multiples. I think it is such a great concealer, and if you're looking for something that's really good for covering blemishes or dark spots or things like that, not necessarily the under eye, I would go for the Bare Pro. One thing that I got into in 2017 that has continued through 2018, and I'm sure will continue through 2019, is cream contour. And I have 2 favorite cream contour options, one high-end and one drugstore. My newest favorite, I have only been using this for like a month or 2, is the Fenty Match Stick in Amber. It is a really cool toned contour, great for fair to light skinned people, and it is just so natural looking and easy to blend, and it doesn't move your foundation. It's just a really, really great product, and I'm so glad I picked this up during one of the sales. Sephora was having a lot of sales. I don't know which one. The drugstore contour that I fell in love with this year was the Milani Contour and Highlight. It's quite similar to the Fenty Match Stick in Amber in color and tone, and it also comes with a liquid highlighter on the bottom, and it comes in multiple shades. So this one is the Fair Light option, and I think it's really comparable to the Fenty in blendability and how natural it looks and how it doesn't move the foundation. So I really love this one. I have one favorite for powders of 2018. It is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Foundation Powder. It looks like this. I have the shade Cashmere 06, and it's just a pressed powder foundation, but I use it for extra coverage when setting my face, and I really, really enjoy this. I thought nothing could replace my Ready foundation that Bare Minerals discontinued, and then I tried this year, and I was like, I can see why they discontinued and replaced it with this, because this is even freaking better. It's so beautiful, so natural, and it really does add quite a bit of coverage if you layer it on top of your foundation. For bronzer, I have 3 favorites for the year of 2018. Although in 2017 I did mention the Bare Minerals Invisible Bronze. It is a baked bronzer that is really beautiful. It's got a slight luminosity. I wanted to mention it again this year because I feel like this is still not hyped up enough and not talked about enough. It is the most natural looking bronzer that I have ever had, and it's continued to be a favorite. My new favorites for 2018 are the Becca Bali Sands Sunlit Bronzer, and this one has, like, when you first get it, it looks like it has glitter particles in it, but the more you use it, those kind of just move away and you're left with something that's just a little bit more radiant, not really glittery, and it's almost like the Bare Minerals one, but it is a little more orangey. So if you want to look a little more tan and like summery orange golden color, this is when I go for my Becca one, because as you can see it's a bit more orange in tone, and I think this is like the lightest shade they have, but it does look really nice and natural on the skin besides the bit of oranginess to it. The last favorite for 2018 is the Lorac Tantalizer Buildable Bronzing Powder in Pool Party. And this one is more of a matte bronzer, which I occasionally do like a matte bronzer. And it's a really nice light tone if you have fair to light skin. And it just blends so beautifully and isn't overly pigmented. Like, Lorac blushes are pretty intense and you have to be careful because they're really pigmented, but I feel like the bronzer is a little bit more forgiving, which I enjoy in a bronzer because I don't want to accidentally turn myself into an Oompa Loompa or anything like that. And it really just blends seamlessly with your other products and gives you just a naturally tanned look. I have 3 blush favorites for 2018. One of them, if you don't know this by now, you should, watching my channel, the Bare Minerals Gen Nude blushes. I have 4 shades on the mauve, that peach though, Call My Blush, and Beige for Days, and these are the best blushes. I have no words for how good these blushes are. Like, that peach though is like the perfect peach tone, and just the feel of the powder is just so soft and like almost squishy, and when you put it on, it does give a soft focus blurring effect. It looks like you have a Snapchat filter on, and they are so long wearing. I cannot rave enough about these blushes. I will put my dedicated video up in the cards if you're curious to see a wear test and, you know, see why I'm so psyched about these blushes, but I want to get even more of these blushes in 2019. This is my favorite blush formula and I hope they never discontinue it. I do have a favorite from the drugstore for blush. The L'Oreal Paradise Enchanted blush. This is in the shade Fantastical, and this feels so similar to the Gen Nudes in formula. Like, when you touch the powder, it just feels so similar, and it also has kind of a luminosity to it, so it gives you a little bit of a glow to your cheeks, and it's so beautiful and it blends so seamlessly. I really recommend these Paradise Enchanted blushes from L'Oreal. I would say they're like super close to these. Not quite, but super close. The third one is the L'Oreal Infallible blush sticks. I have Sexy Flush and Cheeky Dimension. I'm wearing Cheeky Dimension today, and these are just really beautiful cream blushes. They don't move your foundation underneath them. They really blend out to like a natural flush, and they wear a really long time. I'm a big fan of these blush sticks from L'Oreal. Not surprisingly, I have a ton of favorites for highlighter for 2018. I first want to start with my cream highlighter favorites for 2018. I have 3 here. The first is the Crystalline Glow sticks from Bare Minerals. This one is in Prismatic Pearl. They are just so nice, and they have, I believe they have 3 shades. They might have expanded, but they give a really beautiful glow, and they blend out nicely on top of powder, underneath powder, and if you are curious about them, I definitely recommend them. My other high-end favorite is the Unicorn Dreams stick from Too Faced. This is a rose gold shade, and it just glides on so nicely and is such a beautiful color, and the smell is amazing. I know this was limited edition, but if you can find this, it's really worth it. I'm wearing it today underneath, like layered with another highlighter that I'm gonna mention, and it just looked so beautiful on its own. When I first put it on, it really gives such a beautiful rose gold glow. The last cream highlighter is the Master Strobing Stick by Maybelline. I have the shade 100, which is like kind of a pinky color. I wouldn't say rose gold because it doesn't really have gold to it, but it is more of a like icy pink color. Out of these 3, honestly, this is my most worn cream highlighter. I am obsessed with this. I take this every time I travel. It just is so quick and easy to use and blends out so easy. I have two high-end powder highlighters that are my favorite. First is the Dior Nude Air Luminizer in 001. This is just the most like natural but blingy highlighter I have. It is the highlighter that I have decided that no matter what, it's right there. I don't know if you can see. The lights are so bright. But it looks just like your skin is glowing. It doesn't look like anything on top of your skin, and I have decided that this is going to be my wedding highlight one day. Like, that's how much I love it. Then we have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy highlight. You've all seen this. You all know how amazing it is. It is one of those colors that is so sheer that it can flatter any skin tone, and I've seen it on deep skin tones. I've seen it on like porcelain skin tones and my like light skin tone. It looks good on everybody, and it just has that like wet golden glow that is so beautiful. I'm so glad that this is back and that you guys get to try it. Then from the drugstore, my favorite is the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter. I have the 250, which I think was the collab with Nikki Tutorials, and the Rose Gold shade. And the Rose Gold shade is what I layered on top of the Too Faced highlighter stick, and these just give such a metallic shine. Like, if you want a blinding metallic highlight, the Maybelline Master Chrome is for you. And I really, really love these when I want to like amp things up and add that extra metallic glow. The last highlighter is, I don't know if it's still considered an indie brand because it's so big, but it's from ColourPop. I don't know if it's still available. It was from the Kathleen Light Zodiac collection. It is the shade On the Cusp. It's a pearlized Super Shock Cheek, and it is literally a color dupe for the Dior. I'm just putting them next to each other. Can you even tell the difference? I can't tell the difference. And the formula on these Super Shock Cheeks is like such a unique like cream powder hybrid. Like, I'm sure you've all experienced Super Shock products, and it just is so quick and easy and beautiful. I really like these Super Shock Cheek highlighters in general, but I'm in love with the shade On the Cusp, and I'm gonna be so sad when I run out because it was limited edition. The last product that I want to mention is kind of a highlighter, but it's a multi-purpose product as well, so I wasn't sure where in my like best of to put it. It is the Shiseido Aura Dew. I have all three shades that I could find at Macy's: Solar, Lunar, and Cosmic, and these are like those glittery top coat cream products. I used Lunar in my New Year's Eve tutorial, and they're so stunning. Other than the Natasha Denona like top coat eyeshadow things, I don't know that there's really any products like this, and these are so beautiful on the face, on the eyes, on the lips, just anywhere. I highly recommend them. So those were all of my face favorites for 2018. What were your favorites for this year for the face? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you guys love so I can have some stuff to try. And don't forget to keep an eye out for the eyes and lips video and the eyeshadow palettes video for 2018. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you have not already. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!